Today we're doing something insane. We're counting down the top WWE superstars who had everything. Million-dollar contracts, championship belts, fame, and they threw it all away. I'm talking about wrestlers who could have been the next John Cena, the next Rock, but instead, they made decisions so bad, so catastrophic, that they literally ended their own careers. Oh, and stick around till number 1, because that story is absolutely wild. Number 10, Ryback, the guy who beefed his way out. Alright, starting at number 10, we have Ryback. Now hear me out. This guy was built different. Literally. Back in 2012, Ryback came back to WWE with his "Feed Me More" catchphrase, and the crowd went absolutely insane. He was getting bigger pops than almost anyone. WWE had him challenging CM Punk for the WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell. He won the Intercontinental Championship. This guy was on fire. But here's where it gets crazy. Ryback started having major beef with WWE management. And I'm not talking about quiet backstage whispers. This man went on Twitter, started a podcast, and basically declared war on WWE. He complained about not being paid enough, said the company didn't cover travel costs, and here's the wildest part. He called John Cena poison for the wrestling business. Bro, that's like calling Mr. Beast poison for YouTube. It doesn't even make sense. By 2016, Ryback was so frustrated that he literally asked to be taken off television and just left. And guys, he never stopped talking trash about WWE. To this day, he's still going off on social media about how WWE did him dirty. The lesson here? Don't burn bridges, especially when those bridges lead to millions of dollars. Ryback could have been a multi-time world champion, but instead, he's remembered as the guy who couldn't stop complaining. Moving on. Number 9, Alberto Del Rio, from royalty to reality check. Number 9 is Alberto Del Rio, and this one hurts because Del Rio had everything. When he debuted in 2010, rolling up in luxury cars with his personal ring announcer, WWE was positioning him as the next big thing. And it worked. He won the 2011 Royal Rumble, won Money in the Bank, became a 4-time world champion. 4 times. This man was destined for greatness. He was main eventing pay-per-views, feuding with all the top guys. But in 2014, everything collapsed. Del Rio got into an argument with a WWE employee who allegedly made a racist comment toward him. Del Rio's response? He slapped the guy. Now, I get it. Nobody should have to deal with racism, but WWE has a zero-tolerance policy for physical altercations. They fired him immediately. He came back in 2015, won the United States Championship twice, but it was never the same. He got suspended for violating the wellness policy, complained about creative, and left again in 2016. Then things got dark. Del Rio faced serious legal issues including accusations of domestic violence. In 2020, he was arrested on charges of kidnapping and sexual assault. His relationship with fellow wrestler Paige became a public disaster with constant drama and legal battles. Del Rio went from being WWE royalty to someone the company wants nothing to do with. What a fall from grace. And guys, we're just getting started. Number 8, Enzo Amore, certified gone. Number 8 is Enzo Amore. And this one is controversial. How you doing? That's what Enzo would scream and the crowd would go crazy. When Enzo and Big Cass debuted in NXT in 2012, they were instantly over. Enzo had the gift of gab like nobody else. This man could sell ice to an Eskimo. They moved to the main roster in 2016 and became one of the most popular tag teams. But here's the problem. Enzo's mouth got him in trouble. Backstage, wrestlers hated working with him. He was loud, arrogant, and according to multiple reports, he was literally banned from the WWE locker room. His own colleagues didn't want him around. That's how bad it got. In 2017, Enzo moved to 205 Live and won the Cruiserweight Championship twice. He was crushing it on TV. Ratings were going up. But then, boom, January 2018, Enzo was accused of sexual assault. Now, the charges were eventually dropped due to lack of evidence. But here's what destroyed his career. Enzo didn't tell WWE about the investigation. When WWE found out through social media and news reports, they felt blindsided. They fired him within 24 hours. Not because of the accusation itself, but because he lied to them. Since then, Enzo tried a rap career under the name Real One, wrestled for tiny indie promotions, but he's never recovered that WWE spotlight. The craziest part? If he'd just been honest with WWE from the start, he might still have a job. Communication is key, people. Number 7. Mr. Kennedy? Kennedy, the briefcase that got away. Number 7 is Mr. Kennedy. And guys, this is one of the biggest what-ifs in WWE history. When Kennedy debuted in 2005, WWE saw money. This guy had charisma, mic skills, and that legendary way of announcing his own name. Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy. It was iconic. By 2007, WWE had massive plans for him. He won Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 23. That's basically a golden ticket to become world champion. And there were plans to reveal him as Vince McMahon's illegitimate son in a huge storyline. But then, it all fell apart. Kennedy suffered an injury. They thought he tore his triceps. WWE panicked and had him drop the briefcase to Edge. But then, plot twist. The injury was misdiagnosed. It was just popped blood vessels. Kennedy was only out 5 weeks. But by then, Edge had already cashed in and won the World Heavyweight Championship. Kennedy's momentum was destroyed. Then in 2007, Kennedy got caught up in the steroid scandal. Multiple WWE performers were named in a federal investigation. Kennedy was suspended for violating the wellness policy. His credibility was shattered. WWE fired him shortly after. Just like that. The guy who was supposed to be Vince McMahon's son? Gone. Kennedy went to TNA as Mr. Anderson and had moderate success, but WWE was his shot at superstardom and he lost it. Bad luck? Poor timing? Whatever it was, Kennedy's career became a cautionary tale. Number 6. China, the 9th wonder who fell too far. Number 6 is China. And guys, this one is heartbreaking. China was a trailblazer. She was called the 9th wonder of the world, and she earned that name. She was a founding member of D-Generation X, the first woman to win the Intercontinental Championship, and she competed against men. In the late 90s and early 2000s, China was everywhere. She was on magazine covers, talk shows. She was a mainstream star. She paved the way for every female wrestler today. But then her personal life started affecting everything. China was dating Triple H, but when he started a relationship with Stephanie McMahon, things got messy. China's role in WWE started shrinking. She wanted to be paid like the top male stars, but WWE refused. Contract negotiations broke down, and in 2001, she left WWE. After leaving, China tried acting, did Playboy, but then made a decision that changed everything. She entered the adult film industry in the mid-2000s. WWE immediately distanced themselves from her. She couldn't get back in. She expressed interest in the Hall of Fame, but WWE kept saying no because of her adult film career. China struggled with addiction, mental health issues, and financial problems. She appeared on reality shows like Celebrity Rehab, where her struggles were on full display. In 2016, China died from an accidental drug overdose at only 46 years old. She never got to make peace with WWE while she was alive. In 2019, 3 years after her death, China was finally inducted into the Hall of Fame as part of D-Generation X. But she wasn't there to see it. China's story shows that even the most groundbreaking careers can be destroyed by personal struggles and controversial decisions. She deserved better. Rest in peace, China. Number 5. Sunny. From Internet Queen to 17 years in prison. Number 5 is Sunny. And guys, I'm warning you, this gets dark. In 1996, Sunny was literally the most downloaded woman on the internet. More than Pamela Anderson, more than Cindy Crawford, she was WWE's first real diva superstar. Sunny was a manager for tag teams like the Body Donnas and the Smoking Guns. She had personality, charisma, and she brought mainstream attention to WWE. She appeared on Entertainment Tonight. She was a star. But behind the scenes, everything was falling apart. Sunny had a well-known affair with Shawn Michaels, which destroyed her relationship with her boyfriend, wrestler Chris Candido. By 1997, rumors of drug abuse started spreading. There were reports of backstage drama and missed events. By 1998, WWE released her after conflicts with other wrestlers like Sable. After WWE, Sunny's life became a disaster. She was arrested multiple times. In 2012 alone, she was arrested 6 times in 4 months. Domestic disputes, restraining orders, DUIs, it never stopped. WWE publicly stated they offered her rehab multiple times, but she refused. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2011, which should have been a fresh start, but things only got worse. By 2016, Sunny turned to the adult entertainment industry and explicit fan services to make money. Then, in 2022, the worst thing happened. Sunny was driving under the influence and caused a fatal car accident. Someone died. She was charged with manslaughter. In November 2023, Sunny was sentenced to 17 years in prison. From being the most downloaded woman on the internet to spending nearly 2 decades behind bars. Sunny's story is absolutely tragic. Addiction is real, guys. If you or someone you know is struggling, please get help. Number 4. The Ultimate Warrior held WWE hostage. Literally. Number 4 is the Ultimate Warrior, and this story is legendary for all the wrong reasons. When Warrior debuted in 1987, he was instant money. His energy, his face paint, his insane entrance. Kids loved him. Adults loved him. He was a phenomenon. At WrestleMania 6 in 1990, Warrior defeated Hulk Hogan to become WWE Champion. He held the Intercontinental and WWE Championships at the same time. He was on top of the world. But then, Warrior's ego got out of control. In 1991, right before SummerSlam, Warrior went to Vince McMahon and demanded a $500,000 payment, the same as Hulk Hogan. But here's the crazy part. He threatened not to show up unless he got the money. Vince McMahon was furious, but had no choice. He paid Warrior the money. But immediately after SummerSlam, boom. Warrior was suspended and then fired. You don't hold Vince McMahon hostage and get away with it. Warrior returned in 1992, but it didn't last. WWE was under investigation for steroid use, and Warrior was involved. He was let go again. In 1998, Warrior went to WCW and it was a disaster. Confusing, poorly executed, and fans hated it. In 2014, Warrior made peace with WWE. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame, appeared at WrestleMania 30, and gave an emotional speech on Raw. 3 days later, Warrior collapsed in a hotel parking lot and died from a heart attack at 54 years old. Hulk Hogan, the scandal that nearly ended Hulkamania. At number 3 is Hulk Hogan. And yes, I'm going there. Hulk Hogan is arguably the biggest name in wrestling history. He main evented the first 9 WrestleManias. He made wrestling mainstream. He's an icon. But in 2015, everything exploded. A leaked tape from 2007 surfaced where Hogan made racist comments. The tape was horrible. WWE immediately fired him and erased him from WWE history. His merchandise was pulled. His Hall of Fame profile was removed. It was like Hogan never existed. For 3 years, Hogan was gone. The man who built WWE was persona non grata. Hogan apologized publicly, claimed he was in a dark place, and worked to make amends. In 2018, WWE reinstated him and brought him back to the Hall of Fame. But the damage was done. His legacy was forever tainted. Partnerships were lost. Opportunities disappeared. Hogan's story shows that no one is too big to fall. Even the biggest legend in wrestling history can destroy their career with terrible decisions. Number 2. CM Punk, the Pipe Bomb. that became a nuke. Number 2 is CM Punk. And guys, this is recent and wild. CM Punk was one of the best wrestlers of his generation. He cut the famous pipe bomb promo in 2011 that changed wrestling. He was WWE champion for 434 days. He main evented. He was a top guy. But in 2014, Punk quit WWE. He was frustrated with creative, felt disrespected, and just walked away. For 7 years, CM Punk refused to wrestle. Then in 2021, boom, CM Punk returned to AEW and the wrestling world exploded. It was the biggest signing in AEW history. But then, Punk's attitude became a problem. He got into a backstage fight with the Elite at All Out 2022. There was real heat. He was suspended. Punk came back and got injured again. Then more. Backstage drama with Jack Perry at All in 2023. AEW fired him. But wait, plot twist. In 2023, CM Punk returned to WWE at Survivor Series. He's now in WWE, and things are going great. But Punk's attitude and backstage issues nearly ended his career multiple times. If WWE hadn't taken him back, his legacy would be defined by drama instead of his incredible talent. CM Punk's story shows that even the best can't escape consequences of their actions. Number 1. Jeff Hardy, the most talented and most tragic. Jeff and his brother Matt Hardy exploded onto the scene in the late 90s as the Hardy Boys. They revolutionized tag team wrestling with insane ladder matches. Their TLC matches at WrestleMania are legendary. They won multiple tag team championships. Jeff also had incredible singles success. He won the WWE Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, the Intercontinental Championship multiple times. He was one of the most popular wrestlers in the company, but Jeff's demons were always there. Substance abuse plagued his entire career. In 2003, WWE fired Jeff after he refused to go to rehab. He was showing up late, missing events, acting erratically. He went to TNA, and the same problems followed. He no-showed major pay-per-views. In 2006, TNA released him. Jeff returned to WWE in 2006 and reached new heights. He became WWE champion and was a fan favorite. But in 2007 and 2008, he was suspended twice for wellness policy violations. In 2009, after leaving WWE, Jeff's home was raided and he was arrested on multiple drug charges including cocaine and steroids. The legal battle went on for years, but the lowest point came in 2011 at TNA's Victory Road pay-per-view. Jeff showed up visibly intoxicated for the main event against Sting. He could barely stand. Sting and the referee had to cut the match to 90 seconds to protect him. It was humiliating. Jeff returned to WWE in 2017 with Matt as the Hardy Boys and won the Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 33. It seemed like a redemption story. But in 2021, it happened again. During a live event, Jeff left mid-match, walked through the crowd, and left the building. WWE offered rehab. Jeff refused. He was fired. Jeff went to AEW in 2022, but in June 2022, he was arrested for DUI. AEW suspended him. Then, in August 2022, another DUI arrest. AEW fired him. In 2023, Jeff was arrested again for DUI, marking his 4th arrest. He was sentenced to jail time. Guys, Jeff Hardy had everything: the talent, the popularity, the opportunities, but addiction destroyed it all. The WWE has stated they'll welcome Jeff back if he gets clean and stays clean. But after multiple chances, it's hard to see that happening. Jeff Hardy's story is the most tragic on this list because, unlike some others, his only enemy was himself. No backstage politics, no ego, just addiction. If you're struggling with addiction, please get help. Don't let your demons destroy your life like they did Jeff's career. And there you have it. The top WWE superstars who destroyed their own careers. From Ryback's Twitter rants to Jeff Hardy's heartbreaking struggles, these stories show that no amount of talent can save you from bad decisions. Which wrestler on this list shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.